Hey, what's up, guys? This is Jedi GM Traits. Some of you have been asking about the Jedi model, so I'm gonna make this short video to explain exactly how it works. With that being said, here we go. So this is the market today. This is around 8:07 Mountain Standard Time, which is my time, and we are just gonna let it run so I can show you how I set up my Fibonacci's and order block for our trade. Right, so this is being simulated so I can show you how it goes exactly. All right, higher high, higher low, or at this point right now, as you can see, we have a break of structure. All right, from this point to this point, we have a break of structure. That means just a new higher high, right? But we'll set up as a break of structure. All right. So we are looking to draw our Fibonacci right now. From this lowest point, which I always say the lowest point before the break of structure. In this case, right now, is this point here, right? That point there. But we need to determine which is the highest point. So right now, the highest point is here, all right? Right now, that's the highest point. That is the highest point. We haven't swept any lows. That's why that's the highest point. That's an inside candle there. So we don't count that candle. High, high. All right. We haven't swept this low yet. So now we swept those lows. All right. So right now at this point, after the break of structure, we pushed. This was an inside candle. It did not sweep any of the previous candle low or previous candles lows. Right. We continued to push up. We had this candle here. Now this set of candles here did break that low, right? So right now my Fibonacci, all right, actually, let me just cancel that. My first step right now on this break of structure is draw the order block. The way I draw the order block is the lowest candle before the break of structure occurred. In this case, it's gonna be this candle here, all right? That is the 1 minute order block. All right. The next point, so the first step right now is to draw the order block. All right. Step one. First of all, step one is with the determine MSS or BOS. Okay. All right. That's the step one. All right. Step two. Once that has been established, draw the order block. Right. Step three. Once you have determined, once on an uptrend, a low has been swept. In this case, this low after we pushed higher, then draw fibs. Draw fibs. All right. So I'm gonna drop my fib. Draw the fib from the lowest point before the BOS, all right, to the highest point. To the highest point after the BOS. So in this case, it's gonna be like this. Draw fibs, all right? So you're gonna lowest point before BOS to highest point after BOS. All right? Now, your values, the values that I have for Fibonacci are not the regular ones. I have the 50%, the 78.6, and the 89.3. All right. For entries, we are gonna focus on the 78.60 order block in 89.30. All right. So I'm gonna just put here in parentheses 89 30%, 78 60%, and 50%. All right. All right. So what is the actual Jedi model? So after a break of structure or a market structure shift, we want price to come back to this order block. All right. To take longs. If, for example, in this case, if the order block is big, like around, let's say this candle was all around over here. If the order block is so big, we want to reduce our risk. So that's why I use the Fibonacci 7860 and 8930 to reduce the order block. So I would draw, if the order block was that big, I would draw the order block there, right? Assuming this candle here, which is the lowest candle before the BOS, it's bigger than this one. In this case, the order block is here, all right? It's between the blue line and the red line, all right? So I'm waiting for price to come back into the order block, all right? To take half position, which will be, I will take half position here at that, or at the initial value of the order block, and another half position here at the red line, right? If the order block was bigger than that, then since I have reduced my order block, I would take half position in blue and half position in red. If the order block was smaller, let's say that this candle was smaller and it was resting between the red line and the black line, I would take half position on red and half position on the order block. My stop loss will be a close below this black line. Or if you have a set fixed price, let's say you want to risk $100 or $200 in futures, whatever it is, you might want to set a set fixed stop loss, and that will be your stop loss. My preference is usually a close below the black line. All right, that is how the Jedi model works. So in this case, being that the order block is here, all right, I'm gonna set my entry at the start of the order block, and the next entry will be here at that red line. All right, and let's see what it does. Price stalling here. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Hopefully we'll continue to push down. All right, right now, let's see, let's continue. All right. So right now, I'm just gonna shift it a little bit here. All right, so what happened? All right. Right now, as you can see, you had those markers there. Price went into the order block. All right, so what happened there? So we took half position here as soon as we started. All right, as soon as it touched the order block, we got filled there. We did not get filled on the red line. So we only got filled on half position. Now, what happens when do you take profits? So my strategy is based on this. If only blue line, right, blue line fills, or beginning of order block fills, if you only have one entry, right, you're gonna exit completely at this green line. You're gonna take profits there. That's, as you can see, TP1, which is take profit one. If both entries fill, let's say price went into the red line, all right, so order block, red line. If both fill, that means you have a full position. You take half of profits there, and the other half you unload them here. Now, once I take profits at green line, all right, let's continue to see what it does. All right, as you can see here, this point over here, we exactly touched that level. So that means we only got filled once. Let's say we fill for 5 micros or 1 ES, but let's say 5 micros. From here to here, that would have been 24 ticks. All right, 24 ticks in 2 minutes. All right, so 24 ticks times 125 times 5 micros, that would have given you $150 in 2 minutes. Just trading 5 simple micros. All right. Once you take profits, you move your stop loss to break even, which is this blue line. I'm sorry. In this case, since we only got filled at blue, we were all out there. Completely out. All right. But let's assume, for example, that we got filled at the order block or at blue line if the order block was bigger, right? And we also got filled at this red level, all right? So what do? You take half of the profits there, all right? And then you move your stop loss to the blue line. That's what I do, all right? I move my stop loss to the blue line, or you can move your stop loss to break even, which is around half, around here, you know. And the other half, you unload it, take profit too, if that's your decision. Usually the way I trade, I take profits there, and if it comes back to the blue line, once I take in profits and have a full position, then I'll be completely out there on the other half of the cons. But let's play out to see what happens here. Assuming your stop loss was not the blue line, let's see your stop loss was somewhere in the middle, because you got an entry here red, entry here blue, so your stop loss should be around halfway. So look at that. Right now we're still pushing. All right, we're still pushing. All right, we're still going, hoping to hit that target there. I like to play this video a little bit slower. That way I have more time to think. Maybe I should go a little bit faster, but I don't want to screw it up though. So replay speed, let's make it faster, half. Now right now would have been out completely here green, but we are assuming that we got both fills, blue and red, or order block and red, or red and order block. And we trimmed halfway here, and we're waiting to see if we're gonna hit that target there. All right. And there it is. Now you can modify this model. Let's say you want a full entry here at blue, and then you're gonna exit completely here and take profit too. That's still valid there. I mean, you'll get more profits Sometimes it will go over here, reverse, and then completely go down. You never know what the market's gonna do. But just to be on the safe side, that's why I like to take profits here at the 50% level, right? Let it and then let the rest ride, unless I got stopped out of break even or here the blue line. My entry would have been here, assuming we got both fills, right? But in this case, I got in at blue and went all out on red. If we got double fill, then I would have moved. My average would have been around halfway at this point between the blue and the red, like right around there, right? It might have triggered with this ones, so who knows? But let's assume they didn't trigger. So you're gonna take half a position off here, take profit one, and the other half and take profit two. Like I said, this is the Jedi model. I've been trading this and teaching this uh, lately, and some of my followers, students, members that follow my strategy, they've been making a lot of money using this model. Very simple strategy. Like I said, first step, determine break of structure or market structure shift. From that point, draw the order block, which is this one over here, and then draw the Fibonacci from the lowest point before the break of structure, which is this one, to the highest point after the break of structure or market structure shift. Right? But those are for longs. If you want to short it, do the inverse. And like I said, wait for price to come back to the order block where you have the fib levels also. And then take profit there. Take profit there. Simple strategy, no indicators. That's pure price action. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to tag me on X or send me a message. And I'll see you guys later. Peace out, guys.